What is up? My name is Meranis Moss. I'm a singer, songwriter, producer, and a member of Adam's private mentorship, the Billboard 500 Club. You're here on the Music Industry Contact YouTube channel where we do in-depth breakdowns of hit songs. In today's video, I'm going to be breaking down Kick Back by WAYV. If you don't already know, we can't monetize these videos here, so our Patreon Golden Year community means the world to us. Over on our Patreon, we have more exclusive content only found there, including early access to videos and polls so you can help us select the next song to break down. If you've been supporting our channel over on Patreon, we want to say thank you so much, and if you haven't yet, click the description to pledge and join us there. Without further ado, let's get into Kick Back by WAYV.
跨越时间维度，现实中的 keep roll， 随行我的脚步，不被拘束的 flow， 写下伟大的梦，在电视间的路，享受自己的目，聚集秘密国度。离开名为觉醒的时空，下一站旅途 holding on， 不再为失去而迷惘。What you gonna do, you baby？ 我在上方世界里 will， 幻想被实现 like a deal。渴望的梦只在的 chill， 等待揭开的未来，在这世界里不是方向，在的频率不同方向，别回来 or get away， 放空思绪 fade away， 当破讯那么包容和你埋葬，即刻释放所有空白，感谢无谓的定律，才开始见到谜密之境的意象，至少 tick tock tick。We gotta kick back. We gotta kick back. You know we did that. We gotta kick back. We gotta kick
back. All right. Wow, that was super interesting. That was super interesting. I want to go back to the start and break this down little by little because there's a lot going on even just leading up to that first chorus. So first thing that they do is they start off with a kick and a snap. Very simple, minimal. And what that does is it gets your body into the rhythm of the movement of the pace of the song. So already before you hear anything, any words, you're already moving to it. And it's got that really sawtooth, like really saw bass going that's playing the notes. And that kind of adds a really cool texture in juxtaposition to this really kind of filtered kick and the organic snap. And as the vocals start, you're getting this other kind of weird sound. I don't even know what it is, and that's intriguing because I can't be like, oh, that's a guitar, or, oh, that's a keyboard, or oh, that's a violin. Like, I'm not sure what that is, but it's interesting. And when they hit this section, there's a part of the production that's coming in that's which is adding a little bit more of that, like the smaller 16th notes, but it's not using a hi-hat. So what I would expect to do there is expect to hear a hi-hat, but instead they use this other element to bring in another level of rhythm. So they go from this like early rap thing, and when they hit that, when they add that next layer of rhythm with that element that I was just talking about, they also have a lot of space in the vocals. It's not super full. It's got pretty like standard like spaced phrasing, and then the last phrase before it goes to the next section, it adds that harmony stack, which is super cool. So that's kind of used as a signifier to let you know that we're going into another section. And as that section comes in, then we actually get the hi-hats. And you still hear the kick and the snap going. So there's adding layers. And they do the same thing. They mirror that same harmony stack as they did in the section before as we go into this next section. So here you get that really high-end pad that's going to start building tension, and that's in the low end. They also drop the drums out, and when you'll hear these drum rolls, kind of like war drums, that again, it's just adding to this intensity build. Harmonies. More drums. That was really interesting. That's what's called a wait for it moment, because they could have dropped it on the bar before. They could have just gone right back into the chorus, and instead they do this like tick, tick, and kind of this extra build that keeps you like waiting, and then they drop into the chorus. So now let's take a look at the chorus. Let's get one more listen to that. We gotta kick back. We gotta kick back. You know we did that. We gotta kick. So first half of the chorus, they're really drilling the title of the song. Kick back. Kick back. So the actual phrasing is A, because they do kick back, kick back. It does the same thing, right? And then the rhyme is also A, because the next one, in terms of the phrasing, they do the same phrasing and they do the same rhyme, but they change the lyrics. So then if you're looking at it lyrically, it's an A structure. Either way, you're getting that power of three, because then they go did that. Kick back, and they go back to that, right? So what's cool is that you're gonna hear that same phrase, that same lyric, but it's gonna be pushed back, and there's gonna be other lyrics up in front now. So that was really clever, because what they did is they have this really staccato thing, kick back, right? And then it goes into this da 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 da, which is this really legato thing up front, but right behind that, it's still doing that kick back. So it's still giving you the title some more. It's still letting you feel that rhythm, but with that legato section kind of flowing in there, it gives you something new, something fresh, and it breaks up the monotony, and it comes back together one more time for that kick back. As we head into the next verse, that's one of my favorite techniques, and I use it in my own productions all the time, because you have all of this going, and you have all this rhythm from the chorus, and that's up until this point of the song, it's the highest point of energy. So what they did is they actually took the kick out, and they did these like weird rhythmic fills, but there was nothing to really like stabilize that rhythm and continue it. So it kind of drops it out and leaves you floating for a second before it brings that back in. Let's listen one more time to that. We're ready. We're ready. See, nothing. Other than that sawtooth and a little, it's like this like percussion element that's super cool tone in there. Really bass driven in these sections. It's really bass driven, and then in the lyrics you have the rap, right? And he's kind of low tone like this, and then there's somebody in the back that's doing something a little bit higher, so it's really starting to fill that sonic space in really clever and interesting ways. Let's listen to it one more time. So it's stacking up here. This is a really cool section. This is a really cool section because it has that like clap build, and it's got like a lot of trap elements. So it's bringing in kind of another genre into this K-pop world, which if you've been listening to K-pop, you know that this is really a blend of all these different types of genres that usually you wouldn't find together. So very cool. We hit the pre, and now those pads are a little bit more present. They're a little bit thicker. Sounds a little bit more intense than when we heard this the first time. The first time we heard it, it was a little bit thinner, and it was still building that intensity, but this seems a lot bigger. Harmonies. Claps, and you're still hearing those war drums. That was super cool. So what they did on that, dun, 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 they actually panned the cymbal. So one was to the right, one was to the left, and the other one came back to the right. So it kind of bounced around your ears. See if you can catch that if you're listening on headphones, or if you have two speakers. Anytime you're going to be able to hear this in stereo, you're going to pick up elements that you wouldn't be able to hear if it's just in mono. And they did it again. They did that wait for it again, where they did this sub drop, this big, and they hit that tick, 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 and kind of like ran it back. And so when it hit that chorus again, the tension was built and drawn out in a really interesting way. And we're back. That was a cool drop. Let's listen one more time to that. So that's a really cool way, because this is like a 2-part chorus, and it does go 8 bars, that in between there, just so it doesn't just keep going, it does this little breakdown and then it ramps back up. So listen one more time. A little bit further. There. Subtle, but it really makes a big difference. I really love that sub boom that they just did to bring it. In theory, they could have ended it there. They could have just ended it there, but then they want to go into this bridge, this really reminiscent of the early 2000s Backstreet Boys, NSYNC type stuff. These bridges, these really super singing, which is great because it super contrasts the rap sections and the really staccato choruses. Really minimal, some strings, snaps, and now we're getting these like trap drums. Oh, that's so cool. That's so cool because, like I said, it reminds me of the early 2000s, but then they bring it right into the modern with these trap drums that come in, these hats and these snares that sound super modern, but it still has that singy and the singy element of the early 2000s and the string elements of the R&B. So very cool use of production to really kind of give us a nostalgic feeling, but also bring it into the current modern landscape. Same thing. That note. So what they did here is they, instead of going right into that kick back, they had that singy note that went up, and it just exploded on the chorus, and they actually went right into what we had heard previously as the back half of the chorus. So it had that kick back, but it still had that floating, what I call floating ad-libs in the back that really just soar the energy for this last chorus. Let's give it one more listen as it goes in from that pre, and you'll see it in the video too. The video shows that guy that's hitting that note. Oh, that's cool. I did not see that coming. Let's go one more time, because they could have ended on that sub boom. They could have just ended the song right there, but instead they run it back even longer than they were running it back. Similar theme as we've seen throughout this song, but they took it and drew it out even a little bit longer, and they gave you a totally brand new section that's plugging the title of the song in a whole new way. So even as we get into the last 15 seconds of this song, we're still hearing something that's brand new. Let's listen to that one more time. Low octave. Now we get all the voices. Now we're all in it. And on a sting bass drop. Super, super cool, super interesting. There's a lot in this song that is worth paying attention to on a very nuanced level. So if you're trying to become a next level producer, definitely take notes of what these K-pop producers are doing, especially in this song, because they did a great job of blending a bunch of different genres and a bunch of different styles from across really the last 20 to 25 years. Another way that you can become a great producer is by joining the Billboard 500 Club. In my own experience, it has leveled me up more than I can possibly explain to you. So my advice is to check it out at thebillboard500.com and sign up yourself and see what the Billboard 500 Club can do for you. What a great breakdown. I really, really enjoyed Kick Back by WAYV. Once again, I'm Meranis Moss, and I will see you on the next breakdown.